celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.
Yo, what's happening, man? Y'all already know what time it is, man. Your boy R.A. Peasy in the building tonight, man. Listen, we about that. It's gonna be a good one tonight, man. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But man, let me do these shout outs. Y'all know how I go, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure that like button, man. Hit the like button, wipe your feet at the dinner. You hear me? Shout out Anthony in the building, man. I see you. What's up, Roger? I see you in the building, SKOL family. My boy Sodak, man. Sodak in the building. You already know what time it is. SKOL, bro, man. SKOL Mafia in the building, man. You already know what time it is. Bob, Mr. I want to mock, man. That's all I want to do. I ain't trying to hear nothing else, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in for sure. Man, listen, we're going to talk about a couple things tonight, all right? We definitely going to just talk about the state of the franchise, man. Just one of those things where we're going to touch on a couple things, man, like especially your boy Kirk Cousins. We're going to definitely touch on him. Shout out Mick Andrews in the building. I see you, Mick Andrews. We're going to touch on Kirk, man. We're going to touch on Pace Gang, man. You know what I mean? Like, listen, let me put this, man. Pace Gang, man, where it's at. Y'all already know that's what it's going for. We Pace Gang all day, man. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's the new gang, man. He actually on our team, so we good. We don't got to wish, man. He actually on our team. He actually on our squad. You know what I'm saying? Getting hyped for this season. Minnesota Star, appreciate you tapping in. You already know that. Hey, I'm hyped too. Like, I'm hyped for preseason, man. I'm just ready to see some football, man. So we got a long time, but we gonna get through this thing together, man. You know what I mean? We gonna get through this together. We gonna keep the purple alive in the meantime, in between time, though. You know what I mean? Just talking about it, the anticipation, hyping this shit up. Y'all already know how we go. You know what I mean? Let's see. Shout out young cringe gamer in the building. I see you. Say, yo, Rap, I want your thoughts on something. Let's talk the running back room. I believe we have 2 running backs by committee, and a Gadget, 2 bruisers, and Madison and McBride, 2 scat backs, and Nwangu and Chandler. Yeah, you got a good point. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Nwangu, man, for me, I feel like he's not really, I don't think he's gonna really do so much at the running back position, man. I don't know. So for me, it's not there with Kim Kane, man. I think he's a kick returner. I'm gonna keep it real. I just think the boy a kick returner, man. Like, I don't know. Hopefully they show us something different this season, though, man, and put him in more. But the times we have seen him get in as running back, he just hasn't impressed us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? But hey, I do like McBride, so I do agree with you on that. Madison, those 2 bruisers. And we're gonna see what Ty Chandler can do. I think there's a lot of pressure on Ty Chandler, man. We need him to recover from Dalvin Cook, because if we moving off Dalvin Cook, man, we need somebody got to be able to hit a home run. I'm gonna keep it real. Somebody has to be able to hit a home run. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, your boy McBride, he damn near gets a first down every time he touches the ball, but his competition he played, that also has to be considered. You know what I'm saying? That has to be considered. He played at University of Alabama, Birmingham. You know, so we gotta think about that. But hey, somebody got to be able to hit the home run. We're gonna have to make up for Kirk, for Dalvin Cook, and it might take 3 of them to do that. You know what I mean, just to be honest with you, it might take 3 running backs to do that. But I'm excited though. I think we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about the running back room. I think we're gonna figure it out. We got some talent there. So good question though, for sure. Shout out Yogi in the building. I see you, Yogi. Shout out my boy Yogi in the building. In the zone, in the building. I see you. We got Day in the building, man. Shout out Day in the building, man. I see Day. We got Blood Eagle in the building. What's good, family? I see you. Blood Eagle Smeagol. But yeah, man, Dylan, man. What's up, Dylan? I see you, SKOL Gang, Purple Gang in the building, man. I see Dylan in the building, man. Shout out my boy. Anthony in the building, man. Our defense needs to be on point this year. Yes. So our defense definitely needs to be on point this year. That is something that definitely needs to. Guess what, man? We got Ivan Pace Jr., though. Know what I'm saying? Like Ivan Pace Jr., y'all gonna get tired of it, man. Listen, that's my favorite player. And my favorite rookie on the team. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Definitely my favorite rookie on the team. He ain't my favorite player on the team. He my favorite rookie. Like he's the guy I'm riding with this offseason, like preseason, OTA. I'm going with Ivan. Like I'm rocking with Ivan, bro. Dog is different. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Dog is different. Our defense needs to. Oh no, that's the one I just read. Yo, what's up, Juke? I see you juked in the building, man. I see you in the building. Shout you out. We got Eric from New Mexico in the building. Hey man, your stuff on the way, man. I sent it to SK and them, and they're gonna ship you out that card, man. For sure. But yeah, man, like I'm really high on Ivan Pace Jr. Now, Andre Carter, right? We could talk about him a little bit. I'm gonna keep it real. Like we already signed the boy, gave him some money already without him even showing us what the hell he can do in the NFL. I don't know if I agree with that, but he was supposed to be a first round talent or whatever it was. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like I ain't too hyped on boy. You know what I mean? Like to be real, like boy looks soft to me. I'm just be honest with you. He looks soft. He looks soft. All right. He tall as hell, but that's it. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing else. Shout out East Coast in the building, man. I see you, Dante. What's up, my boy? I see you in the building. 2021, he wasn't soft. Yeah, so 2021, then that's the season that he got all the hype off. Shout out Tony in the building. I see you. I think 2021 is the season he got all the hype off, you know what I mean, where he was supposed to be like the number one of the top edge rushers in the country. But man, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like the man played for Army, man. Listen, this competition that looked like he was playing out there just didn't impress me, man. But hey, I hope he does good though. Like I hope he must be something because they gave him money already. So shit, they gave him money. Hey, he better do something. I mean, you paying the man before training camp. Like you shit. You must got high faith in that boy. Shout out Mike, man. I see you, Mike Sports Bob, in the building, man. Major 33 VA here. Hey, what's up, Major 33? Appreciate you tapping in with us. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, like I'm Ivan Pace. I'm rocking with Ivan Pace. You feel me? That's my favorite player that we picked up. I'm gonna keep it real. Bro. Ivan Pace, my favorite player. That's what I'm rocking with. I'm really mad at Davenport for real. Like Davenport, my least favorite player. Davenport is now my least favorite player because he stole number 0. I don't like that shit. See, I was gonna buy the Pace jersey, and now Davenport out here tripping, bro. Like he tripping, bro. Why you gonna do that to that man? You know that man wanted 0. Come on now. Let's see. Shout out De Niro, man. Purple Gang. You already know what time it is. Let's go, man. Shout my boy out in the building, man. I see y'all, man. Y'all showing out tonight. Jaron Hall, I can't wait until we trade Kirk. You trying to get the curb session started, isn't it? What up, rap? SKOL for life. We championship bad bound. Or we championship bad. We need a championship bad. And we definitely need a championship. You know what I mean? Like Jaron Hall. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Jaron Hall ain't about to be, he ain't gonna be our quarterback take us to no Super Bowl. I don't believe it. You know what I mean? I don't believe it. I mean, but shit, I'm hopeful that he could turn into something though. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's just a Viking fan in me and the desperation of wanting some change and wanting a dog out there. Listen, show me something. I'm gonna keep it real. Show me something. Super Bowl or Kirk gotta go. That's a fact. Like they talking about all this. He want to stay in Minnesota. It's a no-brainer, man. Hell no. There's a brain there, bro. Believe that. There's definitely a brain there. I'm gonna tell you right now. You want to know who the brain is? We the brain. The fans are the brain. Listen. No, there's a brain there. You know what I'm saying? There's a brain there. We definitely need somebody. We definitely need somebody to ball out. I mean, but shit, hey, Jaron Hall, we gonna see what happens though. That's the good thing about the NFL, man. You never know, man. Shit, boy might be something. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it. He can play. Don't get me wrong. He can play. I just don't see him being like Kirk's successor. You know what I mean? I think we have to be aggressive in the draft and really go after a quarterback, like for real. Like we have to go after a quarterback. Don't don't wait till the fifth round and just say, "Oh, there's a guy. Let's get him." You know what I mean? Like that ain't how you go for broke, man. You know what I mean? Like we trying to go for broke out this bitch. We trading draft picks. We'll get there though. I think we're gonna do it this. I think we're gonna do it this year for sure. I can see us doing it this year. We say that shit every year, but you know what? Why not? Let's see. I think this team. Hold on. Let me see. I think this team can win games, but the schedule release will determine it. Also, the players I'm excited to see is Seen. Yeah, he can fix two areas at once by allowing Harry to play at the line. Absolutely right, man. Good take, Major, for sure. I mean, I'm excited to see. I'm definitely excited to see Lewis Seen. And they said he looked good too. They said he looked good coming back and playing. So, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll definitely see. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that injury don't hold him back at all, man. I know that was a tough injury, but you know what? He a young buck. He should be able to heal up. He should be able to heal up 100. Addison gonna tell Caleb play. Hey, Caleb Williams, he liking that Addison a Viking though, man. You know what I mean? So hopefully we get Caleb Williams, man. You know what I mean? They liking that. Shout out Penguin in the building. I see you, Penguin. Sarah, y'all know Sarah in the building. Y'all know Sarah in the building, man. Shout out Sarah. You already know what time it is. Man, if we can get Caleb Williams, that'd be crazy. I don't think we're gonna be bad enough to get Caleb Williams, though. We'll have to trade up. We'll definitely have to trade up. We're gonna have to trade up to get somebody like him. If we load up that offense and make it scheme friendly, let me see what they say. If we load up that offense and make it scheme friendly, we can plug and play Hall, but let's get spicy. JJ for multiple firsts and trade up for kid. Wow. JJ for multiple firsts. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel? Would y'all trade JJ for Caleb to move up to get Caleb Williams? I don't know, man. That's kind of tough, bro. You know, JJ that boy, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if Caleb Williams gonna be the boy. Like we hoping he'll be the boy, but we know for a fact JJ that boy. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm gonna do that one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that one, man. I think that's a no for me, man. Everybody saying hell no. Nah. Everybody on that. Everybody on that hell no train, young cringe gamer. It was a nice try though. Yo, what's up, Matt? Appreciate you tapping in, Matt. I see you in the building. I see you in the building, man. You finally caught a live while it's live. You know what I'm saying? I think cocaine is a hell of a drug. Facts. Trade Kirk for Lance and a conditional second. If Lance sucks, then we can trade up for Williams. Yeah, I'm cool with that for sure. I'm cool with that. Like for real, I still like the Lance idea. I'm cool with the Lance idea. Hell no, never trade Mr. Gritty. For real though, that is hard to trade JJ. Like JJ's like a generational talent. It's like, damn, what's the point of drafting a player like that if you're gonna trade him? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Cause I feel like, man, I'm a firm believer, man. I feel like JJ also can make a quarterback good, man. You know, I hate when people discredit JJ sometimes and make it seem like, you know what I mean? Like he don't matter. Like it's just all about the quarterback getting him the ball, man. Listen, JJ can make a quarterback good. You know what I mean? Like for real. JJ make a quarterback look good. That boy make a mediocre quarterback look elite if they're doing the right thing. So that's why it's like shit, man. Don't take away from JJ. Don't tell SK. Yeah, SK hates he hates Trey Lance for some reason. He got no faith in Trey Lance. Somebody said I'll trade 5. Hold on, I'll trade JJ for 5 first round picks. Damn. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You give me 5 first-round picks, man, we might have to talk about it. I mean, if it's straight up like, hey, we'll give you 5 first-round picks in a row, yeah, we might have to talk about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. We might have to talk about it. It's still gonna be a hard decision, but we gonna damn sure talk about it. We need JJ to help develop a young rookie QB. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We definitely need JJ. JJ is going to play a big part in helping the next quarterback that comes in. You know what I'm saying? And if Addison pans out, bruh, man, if JJ and Addison pan out, it's going to get scary. It's going to get scary, bruh. Vikings will shut people up this year. I actually think we were shutting people up last year. Last year was fun. I mean, even though it didn't end like we wanted it to end, if you think about it, like people kept, oh, they're frauds, they're frauds. They were saying that since like week 5, and we just kept winning. That shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? I had fun last year trolling motherfuckers. Although we did lose in the worst way. You know what I mean? It still was people were thinking we were frauds, though. They kept saying we were frauds until we were goddamn, until we 13 and something. They like, damn. They might be the real deal. Yeah. Until 4th and 8. Yeah, man, that 4th and 8, bro. I don't think we ever gonna forget about that 4th and 8, bro. That 4th and 8 did us dirty, dog. I'm joining the chat and we talking about trading JJ, bro. Hey, yeah, for real. And then, nah, we ain't trading JJ, man. Man. Yeah, we ain't trading JJ. Don't worry. We ain't trading JJ. Trading JJ, bro, crazy talk. Nah, we just bullshit. We ain't trade. Somebody threw it out there. You know what I mean? Y'all just thank Young Cringe, man. Young Cringe Gamer for throwing out there asking if we would trade JJ for 5 first-round picks or something like that. Or somebody said, would you trade 5 first-round picks for JJ? You know, so I just said, man, we have to sit down and have the conversation for 5. Come on now, for 5. I mean, for 1 or 2 or 3, nah, but for 5, that's a little different story. You know what I mean? Shit, Quasey will send that boy. Boy, Quasey will call JJ so fast it wouldn't make no damn sense. Let's see. 4th and 8. Why KJ don't get no heat on that 3rd down drop? He do get some heat on that 3rd down drop. I ain't gonna lie. And hey, and I ain't gonna lie, like that's what Kirk Cousins said he wish he can have that throwback though. He said he wish he can have that 3rd down throwback because he did throw a little behind him too. But KJ did drop, he touched it. So I'm a firm believer in wide receiver, bro. You touch that ball, touch your hand, you need to catch it. A ball touch your hand, you need to catch it. That's why we went out and got a wide receiver in the 1st round too, though. I mean, that's a big reason too. I guarantee you that plays a big part in it, man. We need some clutch guys other than JJ because obviously teams are going to focus on JJ and we need somebody else who can make those clutch catches. I think Jordan Addison going to be that dude. I like Jordan Addison. That was a good ass pickup. Like now, it usually always takes like a couple week or so, but you just let the draft settle in and you really get to go look at all these players, you know what I'm saying? And then you be like, damn, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that was a fire ass pick. Like we did that, you know what I'm saying? Another reason is because KJ is also doing extension. KJ, I ain't gonna lie, KJ playing for his job because, well, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. I think KJ kind of solidified himself as wide receiver 3. I think he should just accept the fact that he's a wide receiver 3 and a really good one. You know what I'm saying? Every team needs it. So it ain't like I mean, shit, you in the NFL, you're a wide receiver 3, bro. Like every team needs that. So you're definitely somebody we need. So just be thankful. I think he will. I don't think they're going to give Jordan Addison wide receiver 2 right off the rip, although they know he's most likely going to win that job. I think they're still going to make him compete with KJ. You got to. I mean, you got to teach the young buck. You got to be and nothing's given to you in the NFL. But I think Jordan Addison going to outperform him quickly, though. I mean, he just is that much better. KJ will be a free agent next year. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he was a free agent next year. I wouldn't be surprised. Our defense better be improved. We need to sign D Hunt. I think our defense is going to be improved regardless, just due to the fact of the coaching. I think we got way better coaching now. I think we actually have a guy that the players are gonna really rally around and really respect. I don't think they respected at Donatello, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I don't think they respected at Donatello like that. I think Brian Flores demands respect, and I think he definitely gonna take control and have these boys flying around out there. Especially my boy, man, Ivan Pace Jr. Let's get it, man. Pace gang, man. Quit playing. You know what I'm saying? Me and Dante, me and Dante from damn East Coast Gridiron, man. We got $100 bet. He bet me $100 that Ivan Pace Jr. ain't gonna make the team. I told him 50. He's like, let's make it 100. I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice and only take 50 from him, but shit, I'm gonna take 100. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, Ivan Pace is making this football team, bro. Like, that's a fact. Ivan Pace is making the football team. Listen, you know who he going up against? Troy Dye. I mean, shit, like drop down in the comments, man, because I can't really think of no other name. Asamoah, Hicks, Troy Dye, and shit, Pace. I mean, that's what it's gonna be. You know what I mean, this is gonna be Pace making the team for sure. Yeah, there we go. Troy Reader. I ain't worried about that shit. Troy Weeder, William Quinn, he ain't Ryan Connolly, Pace making the team. Pace making the team. I ain't got no doubts in my mind Pace making that team. And I know Brian Flores, he gonna love a motherfucker like Pace that's a bull like that, man. Listen, to be real, Brian Flores probably was the influence to pick up Pace. I feel like every defensive pickup was Brian Flores drafting them. Let me keep it real. And Kwesi let Kevin O'Connell pick the offensive players for the most part. That's just how Kwesi that's the vibe I get from Kwesi. Like, yes, he'll make the final call because he is the GM, but I think he's real big on, and he told us this, he's big on collaboration. And I feel like he's allowing his coaches to really scout these players and build what type of build the side of the ball that they want. You know what I mean? So I really believe that. So I know that Ivan Pace Jr. pickup, bro, that's Brian Flores. Brian Flores did that. Trust me. Trust me. Ivan Pace Jr., bro, like that dude, man. Listen, I don't know why East Coast don't like. East Coast say he late. He thinks he said Ivan Pace was lazy on film and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's just hard. It's just hard for me to well, it's just hard for me to my bad, y'all. Somebody got calling my damn phone. It's just hard for me. It's hard for me to like, and I watch a good amount of his film too. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't know, man. Like Dog won. He was a unanimous All-American last season. You feel me? He won MVP for the national team in the Senior Bowl. He led in every category for linebackers last year. Man, to me, like lazy people can't do that, bro. Like I don't think you can be lazy and accomplish all that, bro. Like to me, I mean, to me, you can't be lazy and lead and all that shit. A lazy person it can't do that. I don't think so. I gotta disagree with my boy Dante now. Not to discredit my boy, man, but I'm standing on my Ivan Pace bet. He said, just like I said, Andre Carter, he went undrafted. Yeah, he did go. That shit crazy though that he went undrafted. I ain't gonna lie. I was shocked, bro. I was shocked. I actually went, shout out to Evil in the building, man. I see my boy in the building. I see my boy, man. Shout out to Evil in the building with the $5 super chat. He said, hi, rap. I don't think we'll ever be bad enough to get good. That is true. That's a damn good take. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn good take. That is how we are as Vikings. Like we're always, you know, at least gonna win 7-8 games. That's a fact. We gonna at least win 7-8 games. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like my thing, but again, like I said, it is weird that he went undrafted. Like, so obviously something was there. I know he didn't run at the combine. I guess something came up. I just seen that. But I went and watched Locked On Bearcats. And man, the dude who covers the Bearcats, bro, he was in shock that Ivan Pace did not get drafted, bro. Like, this man literally was damn near like spazzing out on fucking camera that Ivan Pace went undrafted. I was like, yo, like, I was shocked too, though. You know what I mean? I was shocked too. Dante, you talking your formula from an analysis or your formula to bet low, knowing rap with double down? I told him about our bet. Dante. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we got that $100 bet. Don't forget. I'm gonna need that yard. I'm gonna need that. Ivan Pace making this team, bro. Believe that. That boy making this team. That boy a savage. Let's see. If that's lazy, what would he do if he really put in the work? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I mean, listen, and don't get me wrong. I know East Coast. I know my boy Dante watches film and shit too. But hey, I trust my analysis too. I watch film, bro. Like, you know what I mean. And to me, that boy played with a fucking lion heart, bro. And I think that's what a lot of people said about him. Like, you know what I mean. He plays with a motherfucking lion heart, man. I think he actually has a high motor. You know what I'm saying? I think opposite of Dante on this player for sure. You know what I mean, but that's all right though. Like, that's what football's about, though. I mean, football's about that. You got your players and you got your opinions on them. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. He's gonna say he ain't gonna have to pay up. He that confident, boy. I can't wait, man. I can't wait till the rosters come out. Dante knows this shit definitely. I feel like Pace will be on a mission and turn heads at camp. Facts. Yeah, for sure, man. Dante know his shit though. We ain't taking away from Dante. But hey, look here. I believe in what I stand on what I stand on. Y'all know how RAP rock. You know what I mean? I rock with Dante too, but hey, look here. I'm an Ivan Pace Jr. fan. I'm gonna be an Ivan Pace Jr. fan. Can't nobody change my mind. I just want my 100. You know what I mean? I just want my 100, man. My bad. What's good, rap? Hey, what's up? What's up with you? What's up with you, Dub? I see you in the building, man. Shout out Adam Dub in the building, man. My boy, man. Let's see. I think he definitely beats out Die. Oh yeah, Troy Die. I think that's another thing too. About it though with Ivan Pace is like our linebackers are garbage outside of, like, to be real, like, we don't have linebackers. So I think that plays another part in him making the team. Now, if maybe if he was on a team that had a stiff linebacker room, we don't got a stiff linebacker room, bro. Like, our linebacker room is weak, bro. Super weak. Like, Ivan Pace already is probably like the third best linebacker on there without even playing a snap of football. Like, if we won't keep it real, like, he is, man. You know what I mean? Like, this, it's crazy. That's how weak our linebacker. Now, that says a lot about our damn linebacker room. But I'm just saying, our linebacker room needs some help. I'm gonna keep it real. It needs some help. Because Troy Dye better not roll out there, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Troy Dye better not be a starting linebacker, dog. Like, for real. It better not happen. You know what I'm saying? It just better not. I should review the games live with the notes I took to break down. Hey, facts. Yeah, do that for real. You should do that, man. For real. I ain't gonna lie, Dante. You should do that. You should watch Pace live for real and do that. I'll watch it. I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't changing my mind, but I'll watch it. Listen, I ain't changing it's Pace Gang, man. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna get a Pace Gang button for you. You already sent me this.
Know what I'm saying?
I mean, make me a Pace Gang button and send that thing over, man, so I can use that. We using that. Hope you're a fan when he's a free agent. But my boy don't like Ivan Pace Jr., boy. You gotta stop hating on my boy like that, man. We're hating on my boy. I'm saying Brian Asamoah was small. Hey, remember people were hating off Brian Asamoah last year? I remember people hating off Brian Asamoah, bruh. saying that Brian Asamoah was small and he ain't gonna be able to do this, man. That boy got a different heart, man. You know what I'm saying? That boy got a different heart. That's why he won, man. He reminds me of Ivan Pace, actually. Like, you know what I mean? They the same type of player. The same type of player, man. I told you, Rap, he don't like our draft. Yeah, I think Dante gave us a C. Yeah, he gave us a C on our draft. See, he wants to be a Vikings fan, but then he, you know what I mean? He like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. We gotta convert him, man. We'll get him there. We'll get him there. I mean, Vikings need elites, not scrubs. Yeah, like I just think our linebacker room, man. I think our linebacker room definitely needs some help, man. Davey said he needs to learn how to tackle. Yeah, that's true. He do struggle at tackling a little bit, but he led college football in tackles for loss. You know what I mean, and like we hype up Andre Carter talking about the competition that played. Listen, Cincinnati played way better competition than Army, like facts, and we hyping up this dude for 14 sacks that he had in 2021 because he only had 4 sacks last season. So it's like shit. We gonna hype up him, then I mean shit. We got to hype up Pace, bro, because Cincinnati plays some powerhouses too. You feel me? Even though they be getting smacked, but they still play them. They be getting smacked, but they still play them. God damn it! For real, man. I mean, like, because Andre Carter, like, I'm hot. I like Andre Carter, but I probably feel more like Dante with Andre Carter, like how Dante feels on Pace. I feel like that with Andre Carter for the most part. Like I'm happy with the pickup, but I didn't think he would make the team. But obviously they already paid him, so he better make the team. They already paid him. He better be on the team. Shit, they done guaranteed the man money already. So shit, he better do something. He better do something. He got the potential. I think he has the potential, man. Maybe he just needs the coaching. You know what I mean? Like the coaches that coach for Army and shit. Maybe he just needs some coaching or something. And he can make something happen. I got faith in him though, for sure. I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm gonna have faith in all our boys for right now. Until they show me different, all the rookies and shit, I'm gonna have faith in them. You know what I mean? Because they deserve that chance, bruh. They deserve that chance. As Vikings fans, we gotta support our peoples. What's going on, SKOL World? Appreciate my boy tapping in, man. Appreciate my boy tapping in. He can add some bulk. Yeah, he definitely got to add some bulk. That's why I say, man, he built like, I don't know, man. His build is weird, man. I mean, like, he's super tall and he ain't muscular neither. He built like a damn basketball center or some shit. I mean, y'all remember like, he built like Yao Ming. My boy built like Yao Ming, man. I just feel like players, them tackles like Darasol and shit like, man, they'll put that boy on his ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hope he proved me wrong. But I'm just saying that's how I feel right now. I'm pulling for him though. We'll see what he do. Ball is second when you go to Army. Exactly. Ball is second when you go to Army. That's what I'm saying. Maybe now that he's in the NFL, he got the right coaches. You got Brian Flores. Maybe they can get the potential out of him because he did have a flashy year. You feel me? So I mean, shit. I'm not trying to downgrade him. I out of the two, because when it comes to undrafted free agents, we're going to talk about Pace and Andre Carter. Those are going to be the two highlights. And if I got to pick between those two, man, I'm Pace gang all day. I'm Pace gang all day, bro. All day. You feel me? He got an Army body. Nah, my boy do got a weird body out here. My boy tall and just no kind of cuts on the arm. Or my boy arm just flat. My boy arm ain't got no cuts. Like sheesh, boy. And when I was watching his film, bro, like to me, the moves he got off the line, like I don't think that shit gonna work in the NFL. But hey, who am I, man? You know what I'm saying? Who am I? You feel me? This is my opinion, man. I ain't none of this facts, bro. My opinion, man. That's what we do this shit for. We do this shit to be opinionated, man. I mean, you watch the film and you make your analysis off it, man. That's all you could do. But the boy body, man, a boy ain't built like no NFL player for real. Straight up. Hey, Rap, you think our boy Christian Darrisaw has a chance to take the title this season as the best left tackle in the league? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Good comment, Anthony. I see you, boy. I see. Absolutely. I do. I do. You know, he almost took it last season. Shit, to be real. I mean, shit, who was better than him last season? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who was better than him last season? Maybe the guy that he admires from San Fran. Who's his role model from San Fran? What's his name? Because I ain't no San Fran fan, so I don't give a damn. What's up, Mary? I see you. Hey, better late than never. SKOL, baby. We appreciate you being in the building tonight. Who's the tackle? Who's the tackle from Trent Williams. There you go, Jacob. Appreciate you, Jay. Look at Jacob. Look at Jacob with the quick draw McGraw. Trent Williams. Let's go. Oh, we got purple and gold. I don't care, Dave. Jacob beat you. Jacob beat you to the punch, man, even though your comment first. You don't count. You don't count. You're supposed to be on the show with me. You over there in the comment section, like, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you, man? After concussion, he wasn't right for a minute. Yeah, that is true, though. After he caught that concussion. Shout out D Will, too, man. I don't know if I gave you a shout out, bro. Shout out D Will, man. East Coast said, what games did you watch? Man, I watched a couple of them. Hold on, I got them in my phone. I watched like 3. I watched like 2 of them. Now I just skimmed through them, and I didn't watch every single play though. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I got my notes. Let me see. Listen, Dante. This dude, I'm gonna tell you, there's one game, and I know somebody was talking about them. Somebody said something about them playing Florida. I don't think they didn't play Florida. If they did, that ain't the game I watch. That ain't the game I watch. Hold on. Let me find my notes because I got a bunch of them in here that I'm watching. All right. So I definitely watched. One of them was the Arkansas game. I watched the Arkansas game, which that one they wound up losing that game, but he played pretty decent though. He didn't do bad. He didn't seem lazy in that game. That was good competition. I tried to watch the ones that were good competition for sure. All right, hold on. That's the Arkansas game. Tackle for loss. Sack. I watched them play. I watched one of their first games where they played Austin something. They were playing Austin something. Hold on, I can't find that shit. That was a weak ass game, but hey, he dumbed out in that game. He dumbed out in that game. Hold on. I thought I watched 3 games. I watched Arkansas, then they played Austin P or something like that. I can't find the other game I watched. Maybe I only watched those 2. Yeah, I think those are only 2. Those are only 2 I got that I typed something about. So I watched 2 games, man. You know what I'm saying? He looked decent in that game, Dante, man. Come on now. That boy looked decent, bruh. You talking about the Arkansas game? That boy looked decent, man. Come on, man. I think you just don't like Ivan Pace. Man, you supposed to be light skinned, man. You supposed to be light skinned with me, man. We supposed to be light skinned gang. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The Austin P game was whack competition. You know what I'm saying? But I watched it still though. It was fun. They dominated that game. It was fun to watch. He had like 2 sacks. Let me see. I think he had like 2 sacks that game. Bro, the dude is a missile though, bro. Like for real. Like I'm telling you, man. This dude is a missile, man. Let me see what I typed on my notes about that game. This dude is a missile, bruh. Like facts. I don't know why Dante don't like him. I don't know why Dante don't like Ivan Pace, man. He gonna be Pace gang by the end of the year, though. Like Dante gonna be Pace gang by the end of the year. Y'all watch. My boy gonna be Pace gang. We need y'all want to get Dante on here. He must ain't got nothing to do, so we about to send him this link in a minute. I want to get Dante on him, and y'all want to ask Dante. Let's see. Hold up, real quick. I gotta find my. Let me find my notes on that game real quick, boy. Day done text me. Let me see what Day talking about. Did you guys see Irv's quote about him being the final piece to the Bengals? He said that? Irv Smith said that? He better not have said no dumb shit like that. Irv Smith ain't gonna be the final piece to not a damn person. You know what I'm saying? Irv Smith ain't gonna be the final piece to nothing. Like Irv Smith ain't gonna be the final piece to nothing. Hey, Mr. Rap, can you give my lady Florinda a shout out? She's watching your show with me. Hey, shout out Florinda in the building. I see you, Florinda. Shout out Florinda. SKOL, baby. Let's go. You take care of Eric now. You take care of my boy Eric. My boy Eric, a real one from New Mexico. You feel me? My boy Eric, a real one. Shout out to Eric and Florinda, man. Power couple. Let's get it. Power couple. I appreciate all your support, Eric, for real. And your lady Florinda. I appreciate y'all support watching the show. That's a fact, man. You know that. Hold on, man. Day one. I'm about to send Day this link so we can get Day up on here. Let me see. We're gonna see if Dante, if you want to hop on too, just let me know, bro. I don't know if you're doing something though. I just was trying to go back and I seen you and SK did a show, man. I was damn busy, but I'm gonna go back and watch your show with SK. So I know you probably tired, but my boy be grinding though. But if you want this link, man, you let me know. Cause you know your boy will send a link. Cause we can argue. We can argue about Ivan Pace. I'm saying we can argue. See, Dante, you know I ain't like them other Vikings fans, bro. Like you tell them something and they just wanna, hey, I respect your take. I'm gonna tell you what I believe in. What I believe in. I believe in what I believe in, dog. We're not gonna play with my boy Pace like that. Damn, what's the days? Hold up. Hold up, y'all. My bad. My bad, man. I'm slipping real quick, man. Hold it down, Wrench Gang, real quick, man. Y'all ask some questions to the chat real quick. Hold on. I gotta send these links out. I mean, just in case they want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? You with all the smoke, man. Hold up. I'm gonna just send it. I'm gonna send it to my boy real quick. All right. Just in case they want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? If I liked only SEC guy. Hold up. Y'all going crazy. Hold up, man. We gonna get Day big head ass up in this motherfucker real quick. We gonna get Unk up in this motherfucker real quick. Smiling rap so funny. Nah, I love my boy Dante. I love my boy, man. Yeah, be fucking around. Vibes didn't ask about top 3 subjects to change Nick's Travis. Hey, who the hell is Ewers? I'm down to talk about some quarterbacks though for next year. That's always a fun conversation. I like Jordan Travis to be real, which is actually I know Dante's high on Jordan Travis because that's his team. Pace is going to be our star. Irv, what are you drinking? Yes, I don't know what Irv's drinking, and Mary, I definitely agree, man. Pace gonna be our star. Don't listen to Dante. Don't let him rain on your parade, baby. I do like Bo Nix though. They put me on Bo Nix. Like Dante done put me on Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix like a mug. That boy go hard. I do like Bo Nix. I think I like Caleb Williams a little better right now. You know what I'm saying? I think I like Caleb Williams a little better right now. But I'm gonna let the season play out and watch him and see what goes on. We might extend Kirk Cousins. Hey, shake your head for real. Shake your head for real, because you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be right. And guess what? We're gonna have a bunch of curve sessions. Young Cringe said, look at the film in big games. Damn. He said Bo Nix chokes a lot. Uh-oh, Dante. You got a challenger, boy. You sit right there, Young Cringe watching. Hey, he on his film shit now. We might gotta have us a battle of royal in this motherfucker tonight. We gonna really debate. I mean, that's what I like, man. I like that Pardon the Interruption. Y'all know that show, Pardon the Interruption? That's the type of show we gonna have.
All right, chat. Listen, we're gonna have a vote right now. Who's wrong? Who's wrong? Is Rap wrong for saying my boy Day said he was gonna be in here, but I didn't bother texting him the link until 10 seconds ago? But I'm still gonna call him out and say, why aren't you in here?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong for not reminding him to send me a link when I asked him 24 hours ago if he wanted me to send it with him? So we'll put that in the chat. We won't have.
You thought I was going live yesterday.
That's true, but you just assumed that I come on with you, which means if you want me on with you, you was just gonna send me a link and say, "Hey, come on over if you want, Unc, come on, nephew."
Look at that. Hey, Justin, look at everybody. Oh, everybody's so happy. Justin in the building, guys. Justin.
So happy.
Now, what's up with your mic, man? Like that shit's static in this shit, man. Plug that hole in and leave it still.
Hold on.
I'm finna mute your ass real quick.
There you go. Still staticky?
No, there you go.
All right, there we go. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? I'll kick it with you for a little bit. I'll kick it.
Yeah, man, we chilling. I know tonight's your daughter night, right? Shout out, Dwayne in the building.
What's up, Dwayne?
Shout out, Dwayne in the building. I see you, boy. I see you. Let's see. Day, you're wrong blocking Rap from your channel. Hey, facts, okay, Dylan. Tell him again.
Here we go with that.
Tell him again, bro.
What's up, Mary?
Know what I mean? Like, for real. So, Justin, considering the status of my jersey is still up in the air, I'm leaning towards. As a fact.
Up,
let's
Anthony?
get it.
What's up,
Let's
Anthony?
get it, man. I mean, let's get it, man. So, you know, as you've been watching, Day, you know, we've been talking about Ivan Pace. We've been talking about Andre Carter.
Right.
Now we about to get into this. We about to get into these quarterbacks a little bit. I see people want to go back and forth in the chat about next year's quarterbacks, which, hey, you know what? Hey. All right, for sure, Dante. I'll definitely, we'll set something up and do it. I know, for sure. I got you. But, you know, hey, we'll talk about, see, Ivan Pace, man. This is why I seen you and who was on the show with y'all? Was it just you, Dave, and Dante?
Yeah.
Who was on your last show?
Just us.
I mean, y'all over there letting Dante change your mind on Ivan Pace and all that. I don't like that.
Change my mind.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
My mind is this. I hear what he's saying, and he's going.
You Pace gang or not? Like, you Pace gang or not?
I'm with you that Davenport shouldn't have been taking number 0 for crying out loud. He ain't even been up in the building for more than 5 minutes. And he's going to try, nope, rookie, I'm taking this 0. I'm like, you better be more than a 0 then if you're going to wear that 0 and take it away from the boy who's been wearing it. But no, he ain't changed my mind. And I get what he's saying. What he's saying is that he, is playing lesser competition. And he's right. There are times where he looks outstanding. And the first thing I said when we drafted Ivan Pace was he's not a 3-down linebacker. He is a first and second down run stuffing blitzing linebacker, but he is not you could cover running backs in the flat better than Ivan Pace could. Okay. Right. Let's just keep it real. So I'll take Dante 50. I'll take Dante 102 that he don't make this team. I'll take that bet all day. I mean, if Dante wants to lose some more money, I'll be happy to take his money too. And I ain't even going to cap on it. I'll be happy to take it. But no, I mean, again, you were probably a little aggressive when you said by week 6 he's going to be a starting linebacker. Yeah. I don't know about all that, but no, I mean he is. But
also think about it too, Dave. Who is he going up against, man? Troy Dye? Like, who's going to start?
Yeah, who do we got in the linebacking core besides Asamoah and Hicks?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
You
I'm
gonna tell me
saying.
a dude like that can fly around isn't gonna be at least on kickoff coverage?
So what I'm saying is, how is it? I don't even think it's a long shot to say he might start by week 6 by default, even if there's an injury. Like, I mean, honestly,
Well,
like, who do we got?
well, I ain't letting Dante change my opinion. My opinion on him is okay. He's a guy that I thought would get drafted probably around the 5th round, and we got him for nothing. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's gonna have to talk. He's talking his talk. He's gonna have to back it up. He's doing all this stuff about everybody done effed up by not taking him. Okay,
Absolutely.
if you're gonna put it on blast on social media like that, you better have something when it comes time for training camp. So that's fine and dandy if you're gonna talk that way, but you better have something for us then. That's all I'll say.
He do, man. I got faith in the boy. And you talking about Davenport, man. You right, man. Davenport's my least favorite player now, bro.
I heard you say that.
Straight up, bro. Like, you've been your same number since you got in NFL. Now you want to switch the number 0. Like,
you better have 15 sacks for taking that number. Then you'll like him again.
Yeah, you better turn all the way up, man. The pressure's on you now. You know what I mean? The pressure's on you now because you done took my boy number, man. You know, Troy Dye isn't terrible. I mean, he isn't terrible, but he's a
special teams guy at best. That's all. He's a JAG, JAG, just another guy. That's what he is.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Dylan, because every time I see Troy Dye, man, like Troy Dye to me, whenever we got to play him out there at linebacker, man, it's disappointing. It's disappointing, man. You know, and I'm just saying that to say, like, I think that Pace can actually compete with this linebacker room for a high spot in the depth chart. Will he be starting automatically? Probably not. But you never know, though, man. If he plays like how he played, you never know. You know what I mean? Like, the boy got accolades, man. Like, for real, bro. All-American, unanimous All-American last season. He won the MVP at the Senior Bowl for the national team, defense MVP. I mean, no, you winning shit like that. You led college football in sacks. You led college football in tackles for loss. Like, I mean, bruh, you got to be a good football player to do shit like that. You know what I mean? Not just anybody does that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about those situations. Now, he did go undrafted, so obviously there's something there. Maybe it is size. You know what I mean? I don't know. Gotta be size.
I mean, he's a couple inches shorter than what you want your linebacker to be. And, you know, Dante, I mean, again, I know we love throwing it back and forth with Dante because he knows 10,000 times more than we'll ever do. But he's right. There are times where you look at his film and you be like, okay, did you forget that you're playing football right now? Yeah. So he does have some of that to him. And it's like what I can't remember if I said it to Dave and Dante the other night or if it was with you the last time we talked. That won't fly but for about 5 minutes with Coach Flores if he's not giving everything he got. So we gonna know real quick. If he's on the team week 2 of training camp, he's gonna make the team. Because if he's not showing out, if he's being lazy, Flores will
they'll get him up out of there.
Quick.
Yeah,
he'll get him out of there real quick. Hey, shout out to Eric for the question. Mr. Justin, what's your draft grade? I don't do grades because it's kind of cliche. And frankly, I'm not somebody like a Tyler Fornes or a Dante or people that really go hardcore into this. I'll say I'll give it a B+. I'm not going to give it an A because at the end of the day, we didn't get Trent Richardson. And that was the only thing that was going to be an age grade for me. But jokes aside, no, I'll give it a B+. We got to see. At the end of the day, it's hard for me to judge because I'm giving Kwesi a lot of benefit of the doubt because we haven't seen half of his draft class from last year. Some of these guys, they say were overdrafted, but you know, being overdrafted by consensus boards just means a bunch of people said this and it didn't happen. You know, by consensus board, Tom Brady shouldn't have been, you know, where he got drafted. So you could make that up. But I think Kwesi's done a solid job. I'm not going to say he's been outstanding. But I think solid is fair enough. I mean, he had his hands tied behind his back a little bit with the salary cap and having to maneuver that way. And he's playing the hand that he was dealt. So I think he's doing okay. I'm not jumping up and down for it, but I'll say it's solid. Solid.
Yeah.
Too evil.
I give you a C on that. Oh, well, we know Too Evil ain't Pace Gang. We know Too Evil ain't Pace Gang.
Hey, I'm going to start a new section of the Pace Gang, though. And that's for Jaron Hall. Who y'all sign up right now. If you ain't subscribed to Purple Go for Days, I'm going with the Hall monitor. Because we're going to wrench Kirk out of the Hall monitor is going to take Kirk's job and send his ass packing.
Yeah,
what do you think of that?
I don't see that happening. But
probably not.
We'll ride with it. We'll ride with it. Hallway gang. We'll ride with it.
Right. Well, you and I both knew the chances of Anthony Richardson was slim, but we were still rich gang. So we're going to be the Hall monitors until we're not.
All right,
Until we're
that's a
not.
fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. East Coast said Jake Hayner was the real MVP of the Senior Bowl game. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
There's some
He
truth
was
to
he
that.
was the actual MVP. Yeah. He said that award, which includes more than playing, leadership, film room, and attention to drills. Shit, that's all good shit to me. That sounds like all good shit to me. If he won that, you know what I mean, Dante, like you're not saying a bad thing. Like that award, stands for more than just playing. It stands for leadership, film room, and attention to drills. Like, and he won. I mean, that's a good thing, man. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
One thing I did say to Dante and Dave on Tuesday was like, how there's this stigma of being an Ohio State quarterback because all the Ohio State quarterbacks haven't done all that well.
Right.
And what I said to him was like, well, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about people who were successful because they had a lot of talent around them and they were put in this position to succeed, right? Okay.
Right.
I would be more upset with a dude if he had talent around him, was put in a position to succeed, and didn't ball out the way they do. Why we penalize people for doing what they're supposed to do? You're right. The competition level of Cincinnati isn't the SEC or anything like that. Okay, that's fact, and that's a fair statement. But he did what he was supposed to do most of the time. So at the end of the day, Kwesi and company wouldn't have picked up this dude. They didn't draft him, and they didn't have to sign him. He could have signed anywhere. So I'll have some faith that they see enough in this guy that can be molded to say, all right, here's his strengths, here's his weaknesses. Now let's work it out and let's make him better. So that's just
Drop
me.
shot. Jake said he's like Jaron Hall is like Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I mean, sure. If he can be like Russell Wilson, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it.
I said that on my video. Was it yesterday? I said, okay, the likelihood that Jaron Hall is anything but a mediocre quarterback is 50-50 when you get taken in the 5th round. There's a 30% chance roughly that you might be a solid backup quarterback like a Case Keenum or a Ryan Fitzpatrick. And there's a 5% chance you could actually be a starter and a 2% chance you could actually be a franchise quarterback. But I would pay money if Jaron Hall did what Russell Wilson did and we had the most expensive backup quarterback in the history of the NFL. I would jump. So it's not going to happen, but I would take it. I think this kid has something that can be molded. I'm certainly not going to say that he's going to be ready by next year. I'd love it if he was, but
I actually think Russell Wilson is a Hall of Fame type quarterback. So it's hard for me to say he's like Russell Wilson.
Right. No, I mean,
but
that's
putting
a lot on the kid.
Yeah, that's putting a lot. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, my nickname is Jaron Mahomes Hall, man. You know what I mean? So hey, who am I to talk?
Anthony had a good point a few minutes ago. I'm torn. If Cousins balls out this season with all these weapons, we may never get a new. Yeah, that's possible.
And Mike Sports Vibes, he said, rapping Justin, what would y'all do if we extend Kirk for another 2 to 3 years? Yeah, I'm gonna break. Hey, trust me. Like I ain't.
You think my mic's fuzzy tonight? It'd be busted. That's what it would be. I ain't even lying. I am not lying.
We're gonna have to send donations to get Day a new mic, man. That's what it's gonna be. Man. You know
I mean? Turn up that Cash App real quick.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what we thinking about right here, man. This is all I need to know.
He's a guy's not gonna win a Super Bowl ever in his life. I feel very confident about that. Kirk Cousins not gonna win a Super Bowl. Never gonna happen. Never, ever. So don't do him.
And I believe him. You know what I'm saying? I believe him. They said Jared's more like Dak / Chad Henne. To be real, if he's anything like Dak Prescott, I'll take that too. If he's like Dak, then that means shit. He can make 50 because Dak is making premium money as a starting franchise quarterback. He's like a franchise quarterback, so I'll take him. I'll take a Dak type player for sure. I will.
I would take Dak over Kirk, but Dak and Kirk are the same guy.
Yeah, they still both can't win.
They can't. This is what's so funny about Kirk stance, right? When I say I'm ready to move off Kirk, all they hear was you hate Kirk. I'm like, I don't hate Kirk. What I don't want is a quarterback that I know I can't win a Super Bowl with. And I said that I would say the same thing about Dak Prescott if I was a Cowboys fan. I would say the same thing. I would. You ain't lying. Oh, I gotta say this. Thank you,
Kirk gonna
Anthony.
break his back carrying all that money to the bank. You ain't
Thank
lying
you,
for
Anthony.
real.
I'm gonna say this. People want all the Kirk stands want to eat up all that BS Kirk was feeding at his press conference yesterday. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't bother me. You know, nobody should feel entitled to that. Dude, you gonna talk about nobody feeling entitled when 6 weeks ago you had a $20 million deposit in your bank account. And you gonna come up here and talk about how nobody should feel entitled. It's real easy when you just had 20 million dropped in your bank. You just had $20 million put in your bank account. And he said, oh, well, you know, people, we shouldn't feel entitled. We got to come out here and work. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm just one of the guys. That's Kirk's biggest problem. He just wants to be one of the guys.
I gotta say, man, when I did that video, man, like I gotta say, like we always say, Kirk does make it hard to hate him, though. Yeah, although we're gonna still have our curb sessions over here at Triple P, because I don't care. I still want a new quarterback. I don't give a damn how nice he sounds on there, but he does make it hard to hate him, man. Because
that's what I'm trying to tell people.
He is such a fucking stand-up citizen, man. It pisses me off sometimes, you know, because I'm a nice guy, man. You know what I mean? Like, I have a heart
about him. It's not about him. It never has been about him. And for
it's
people
about
that
the football play, man.
Yes. And that's the thing. People want to say, oh, you hate him because he's this. I'm like, no, I'm talking. Okay, let's just keep it real here. Let's just keep it real here for a second. When Adrian Peterson got suspended for a year for whipping his boy.
Yeah.
Did any of us stop watching the team? Did any of us stop going to football games? No. It's about being on the field. I'm not going to cap or talk about anybody's personal life outside of football. My point is I care about what you do on the field. What you do off the field is a completely different arena, and we're not talking about it. I have never once had anything about Kirk Cousins, the person, at all. He's a
other than that suit his wife picked out for him.
Well, is that on Kirk or is that on his wife? You know, but I mean, if she picked it out, is it on him or is it on her? But my point, you know, what I was saying to you about Trey Lance earlier, and I know if SK watching, if he watches back, he's going to start shaking his head or he's going to break his mic. But it's not even about Trey Lance. It really isn't for me. I want to trade Kirk Cousins for Trey Lance and San Francisco's second-round pick next year, and do it like what the Jets did, where if Kirk Cousins plays 70% of the snaps or whatever, then it becomes a first-round pick. Why? Because I want Kirk Cousins gone. Because I don't want, just like what Anthony said earlier, I don't want the Vikings to be tempted to keep him around and keep him around. That guarantees that they can't keep him around if they trade him, right? So I'm not even suggesting that I think Trey Lance is the answer. The only thing I care about from Trey Lance is come out here, play 1 year. You got a 1 year audition. And if you succeed, then you keep going. And if you don't, guess what? We'll have a higher draft pick. We'll have San Francisco's pick. And then we can talk about trading up for Caleb Williams. We ain't trading up for no Caleb Williams. We have Kirk Cousins. We're going to win 8 games minimum. So, no, it's not even about Trey Lance. It's about just getting rid of him and getting something in return for him. Because if he walks next year, we get nothing back for him. That's what it is.
I agree with Sarah, man. I agree with Sarah. Like if press conferences and shit and character, you could win MVPs. Like he would win that shit. He would be in the running every year.
Absolutely, like, he's a great dude. He comes across as a very good dude and a very good husband, father.
Yeah,
certainly providing for his family. That's for dang sure, right?
But that ain't gonna stop us for having curb sessions. Know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna stop us over here. So y'all don't worry. I don't care how good he do in his press conferences. We still having curb sessions over here at Triple P. So come over here for your therapy. You know what I mean? For the curb sessions, because it's going down like that. You feel me? Tank for Caleb. Yeah, facts. I mean, I don't believe in the tank and shit, to be real. Because I'm a fan, man, and like I don't mind having a bad season if you get it. Like, say for example, if we would have traded Kirk this year and we traded up and got one of these top three quarterbacks and then we played bad, I can accept that. Right. I can accept failure, but to just throw it away, I can't accept that. When you got Kirk Cousins, you better try to win a Super Bowl, because at the end of the day, he owe us that. You know what I mean?
But he's not gonna get it to you, you know.
Yeah, and we all pretty much know he ain't gonna get it to us. But at the end of the day, you better damn near try. All that money you making, until we figure out something different, you better try. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Kirk says, you know, I really, really want to be a Viking for the rest of my career. You know what? I really, really want to be 21 again and go to Vegas for a few weekends on the house with a bunch of. I mean, come on. So we all want what we all want.
Always get what you want. For real. I don't know what the hell wrong with his ass, man.
No, you know what it is? He's content being who he is. And that's okay. From a personal standpoint, love yourself. No matter who you are, what line of work you're in, that's fine. But when you're a quarterback of an NFL team making the money you do, with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just be content being one of the guys. That's what he wants. He wants to just be one of the guys. He doesn't want the responsibility that comes with being a quarterback. He doesn't want that.
Penguin going in on Kirk, boy. I feel you. A lot of us are frustrated, with that. Like, especially if he was to get another contract for 2 or 3 years.
No.
I mean, it would be frustrating for Vikings fans, man. It would actually take the wind out of a lot of Vikings fans. It really would.
Yes.
Like, it would take it would like, to be real, man, that's a dangerous move, man, for Kwesi to make. You know what I mean? If he was to do that next year. And like I said this, I know he's, he said in his press conference too, hopefully I can earn it. And, obviously he's meaning depending on his play. But my thing is this, like, we know what type of season he's going to have. Like, we have enough evidence to know how he's going to play.
Yep.
So that's why, like, I put myself in Kwesi's shoes and I'm like, yo, like, your mind should already be made up. Like, that he's going to throw for, 3,500 plus yards. He's going to have about 26, 45, right? Or usually throws around 4,000. What's his average? He usually throws
about 4,000 yards, 30 to 35 touchdowns, 8 to 12 interceptions.
Like that,
which is good, but what good does that do you? What good does that do you? See,
nothing,
this is the thing.
In the playoffs, he won't show up.
This is the thing. You're right. Neither one of us want the Vikings to intentionally tank or to be bad. I don't want Mary. I want to be Miss
Mary. I want to be Mr. America. Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes you just can't get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
But okay, nobody wants to be bad. But I got into a discussion on Twitter earlier today, and I said, guy was just like, oh, after that press conference, sign me up for 2 more years of Cousins. And I said, what, 2 more years of mediocrity? And the guy said, well, who do you want? I'm like, anybody who doesn't give us a artificial cap of the divisional round of the playoffs, because that's all the further you're going to get with Kirk Cousins on the Minnesota Vikings. And don't give me this crap about how bad the defense is. Yes, we know the defense is bad. I'll lay it out one more time. It's going to take a year or 2 for this defense to get back to where it was in 18 and 19 when Kirk had a really good defense. Yeah. And by that time, Kirk will be 37. And if you really think Kirk is going to be this good, whatever you think of him, he's not going to be this in 37. So it doesn't make sense to waste that time doing it. Get something in return from him, move on. And if we have to be a 5-win team for a year, maybe 2, on the chance that we might find a quarterback that can get us past the divisional round of the playoffs, I'm okay with that. That doesn't mean I want them to lose, but I'm just willing to accept short-term pain for long-term gain. What's up, Al? Or is it Ale?
Shout out Julian. Shout out Julian in the building.
What's up, Julian?
Yeah, Al. I think that's Al. Shout out Al in the building too. Al. I see you. What's happening? What's happening with you? Since we on this, what do y'all think the record will be next season? We'll be competitive, but I see 8 and 9. I see around 8 and 9. I see between 8 and 10 wins too. But
yeah,
we got a tough. We have a tough. We definitely are playing some tougher games. Like, we're playing a lot more of those Buffalo type games this season coming up than we did last season. I'm gonna tell you that.
I'm with you, Bob. Well, I'm with both Bobs actually. One Bob said the Wilfs love mediocrity, and I said you've heard me give that rant too, Rap, where I said the Wilfs are desperately afraid of having a couple of bad seasons because they think they're going to lose out on money. That's reality. They desperately. That's why Kirk Cousins is the perfect quarterback for them, because Kirk is always going to get them at least 7 wins.
Yeah, I think what plays in our favor is, to be real, like, I know this is rare to do, but we possibly can damn near sweep the North, like, for real.
Yeah,
like, there's a good chance we can sweep the North. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Bears, I don't see them being no comp for us. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't. The Lions still up in the air. We gotta see. Because if they do take a step forward from last year, then they're going to be an issue. You know what I mean? Because they definitely were showing some promise. But the Packers, man, we just have to know that there is no way in hell that they hit on Jordan Love. Like there is no way in hell that they get 3 quarterbacks back to back to back to back, bruh, that are just like Hall of Famers, bruh. It just can't happen, bruh. Like it can't. You know what I'm
I'll say
saying? Like
this.
it just can't.
There is no reason, even with a tougher schedule, they're not going to win 13 games. I think that
No,
9 or 10, and if they get some luck, maybe 11. That's it.
Yeah.
And you know here's what's going to happen. Philadelphia's going to win the East.
Yeah.
San Francisco's going to win the West. I don't care who wins the South. They're all garbage teams. Let's just say New Orleans because they actually have a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
We're going to win the North. Seattle, Dallas, and maybe Detroit are the wild card teams. Maybe New York's the wild card teams. And what's going to happen? The Vikes are going to either lose in a wild card round again, or they're going to win the wild card round, and then they're going to either go to Philly or San Francisco, and they're going to lose. I mean, I'm not trying to say, well, let's just skip the season, but realistically, that's what you'd have to anticipate the ceiling for this team is. Now, and if they end up not winning the division, but they're a wild card team, okay, well then they got to go on the road in the wild card. But they're not winning more than one playoff game at best. At best, right now. Now, if something comes up and things change, okay, we'll talk about it then. But if you're asking me right now, I see a couple of fewer wins this year, but I see the ending result is wild card round at best, maybe division round playoffs. That's it.
Let me ask the chat this. This is a question for Kirk. Y'all tell me how y'all feel in the chat, man. Y'all get ready to type, man. Let's say Kirk Cousins gets us to the NFC Championship game. I'm gonna paint this picture for y'all. Y'all sit with me. We get to the NFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? Score is, we'll just say 29-31. Or let's just say the score is 28-30.
What's
All
up,
right.
Sodak?
Kirk takes us down there and he gets us in field goal range, 40-yard field goal. We'll just say 40-yard field goal. Something that an NFL kicker should be able to hit kind of with ease. 40 yards isn't that bad, right?
Right.
And Greg Joseph shanks it to the left. We walk out of that season saying, hey, we were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. Kirk threw for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, got us in position to win the game. It was out of his hands. The clocks were going to hit 0. We kicked it, and Greg Joseph shanked it. What are we doing at that moment? And you can go ahead, Justin, while the chat's talking. How would you feel walking out of that season? Would you say, you know what? I think my boy deserves 1 more year. We should try to run it back now that he's going to have, you know what I'm saying, Kevin O'Connell, maybe 3 years. Maybe this is the time to get over that hump because it seems like they improved. Although we only won, 9 games instead of 13, or only won 10 games instead of 13. We got to the NFC Championship game. We won 2 playoff games, got to the NFC Championship game and battled. Like, you know what I mean? How would you feel about Kirk Cousins' situation at that moment?
I agree with what Adnan said. They would give him a 4-year extension at that
point. For real, they probably would.
No, they no doubt they would. In that scenario, that is what the Kirk stands want to make the Giants game to be. That's what that's the scenario.
Yeah, but that's not what the Giants game was. So
no, exactly. It's not.
Yeah.
That's finally a scenario where, okay, Kirk had 0 to do with it. Our problem has always been, we're not saying Kirk's the main reason they lost, but let's not pretend that he didn't contribute to it too, right? Now, if Kirk got us to the NFC Championship game and we're down 2 and Greg Joseph misses a 40-yard field goal or less, I would be happy giving him a 1-year extension, but at that point, he's going to command at least 3. Yeah. Would I want him for 3 more years after that? No, I wouldn't. I would take him we would both take him for 1 more year after that, wouldn't we? If we knew it was just
and that's why I wanted to put it in the chat, because we know how left we are on Kirk Cousins, to where I think if it turned out like that, like it would really make us reconsider. Just as fans, just knowing like, well, you know what? I mean, and we do got to consider his age, because he's not getting any younger either. So we got to say, well, if we extend him again,
they'll be 40 by the time he's done.
Yeah.
Right.
So because I really believe he only has, realistically, I believe Kirk has 2 more years of playing his type of football.
Right.
Like realistically, I think it's going to be this season right here, and then 2024 season,
right,
whatever team he goes with. Whether we sign him again for a year or he goes and plays somewhere else. After that, it's done. Like I don't see him being, because at that point we're gonna have new quarterbacks in the league that are gonna develop like these guys that just got drafted
The
other
hall
night.
monitor will take away his pass.
Yeah, like the guys that just got drafted the other night, they're
Right.
also gonna add to the scheme of things of showing GMs like, hey, this is the style of quarterback you need to win football games and get far. Because out of those 3 quarterbacks that got drafted by 2024, they're gonna be competing, man, at playoff spots and shit and doing what they're supposed to be doing. One of them will. I can promise you that. I hope it's Rich Gang, man. Even though I'm mad he ain't on our team, I'm still rooting for the kid.
I'm rooting for the kid just so that we can say, yeah, I see. We should have
See,
traded
I
up.
told you.
Them
Yeah,
picks.
I hope he does. See,
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
I'm
No,
done with Kirk 2 years ago. I agree with you. Gil.
Even before the scenario you painted to me, and I said this in my video yesterday, if the Vikings came out tomorrow and said we're giving Kirk a 1-year extension, I wouldn't like it, but I could live with it. I'd be fine with it because as long as there's a no trade clause, excuse me, and after this season we could potentially trade him and get some value in return next year if the kid's ready. Great, fine, whatever. But if it's a 3-year deal, no, under no circumstances am I giving him any more than 1 year.
Yeah, because you got to consider his age at some point.
You know, our brother Dave, oh, well, he just had the best season of his career. Yeah, at 35. He's going to be 35. And you think he's just going to keep rolling like this for 5 more years? Or 2 more years? Yeah. No. 1 more year, I'm fine with. 1 more year, I'm okay with. After that, I mean, if he won the Super Bowl this year, fine. Give him a 5-year contract. I don't care.
Yeah, if he wins the Super Bowl, shit, give him a 10-year contract. I don't give a fuck. Play till you're 50. You know what I mean? Because that's what people have to realize too, is we just want one goddamn thing, man.
Yes.
Like, just let me be able to argue with people and say, at least my team got a Super Bowl, man. For real, man. Like, I like the Triple P. Y'all know RAP, man. Y'all know your boy, man. Y'all know I like to argue with a motherfucker, man. Listen, when I argue, I want to be able to throw a Super Bowl in their face. You feel me? It don't matter if the other team has 3 or if I'm arguing with a Dallas fan and they got 5 or whatever they got. Right, it don't matter. Wonder why? Yeah. Because they're all mad. Even though they got 5, they were so long ago that it feels like they don't even have them. But for me, if we were to win one, you know, next year or the year after, we can hold on to that for at least 5 years and throw it in people's face. You know what I mean? To where it still feels new. Now, 10 years away from it, you're like, all right, it's time to get another one. You know what I mean? We kind of need another one here soon. But hey, 5 years at least, you can throw that thing in people's face.
I'm gonna tell you something a Packer fan told me a couple years ago. This guy I used to work with. He's just like, I hate the Vikings because they're our rival, and I hate the Bears because they're our rival too, right? I was like, okay, but I thought you hated the Bears more because you've been rivals with them for as long a time. And I'm like, I used to feel that way. But right now, I pull against the Vikings more because the Bears ultimately, they have a Super Bowl. You're not part of the Super Bowl club. So if I can keep another team out of the Super Bowl club, that's worth more to me than my longer hatred for the Bears. And I said, okay, I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah. Anthony, man, you got a point. He said we should have picked up Anthony and we should have picked up Lamar's contract. But I'm going to tell you right now, I know that this season I'm going to be able to do a video throwing this shit in the people's face that said, oh, Lamar isn't good, he gets hurt. I got a feeling that Lamar is going to damn near win MVP this season, bro. Again, like, watch. That's the type of season he's going to have. And we're going to sit back as Vikings fans and be like, yo, which, to be honest with you, we don't even know if we were really that serious about getting him.
They weren't.
We might have made calls. I had a little inside news where somebody told me that was close to his camp and all that said that we are really in the race for him. Like, we really did inquire, but I don't think we were willing to spend what they were looking for. Right. But my thing is this. I think that's going to be something that we're going to sit back and watch Lamar Jackson this season and be like, damn, yo, like, only if he was in the real purple this season, like what it would have been like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm okay with not having him either, though. I'm okay with not having him by any means. I'm okay with not having him because I really do just want to get our guy, man. I really do. Like, I really do just want to draft a guy and say, hey, we drafted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our Viking, man. You know what I mean? We got him fresh out of college. and now he's
we
a
developed
savage.
him. We did everything. What's up, Joe?
I do
Good
want to
see
do
you.
that, man, because I am kind of tired of taking everybody else's leftovers. You feel me? Shout out Joker in the building. I see you, Joker. What's up, my boy? You know, but I mean, that's how I feel.
Lamar was never no, and no. I did get into it with Mike Esselino, and he's like, I'm sure glad we didn't do that. That's way worse than Kirk's contract ever was. I'm like, it's not way worse than what Kirk's contract ever was. Let's not get carried away. I mean, Lamar signed for because Kirk Cousins over the 6 years he's been with the Vikings got $185 million. And Lamar's contract was 5 years, $180 million guaranteed. Okay, you can talk about the funny money that makes it 260, whatever. The 185 is what really counts. Oh, he's got a no trade clause and a no tag clause. Kirk Cousins basically had a no tag clause because he'd already been tagged twice. If you tag him a third time, his average is $55 million. So he basically had a no tag clause. So that's no thing. And the no trade clause, okay, so 5 years no trade versus 2 years no trade. I mean, it wasn't that, but no. Are we talking about Jared? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like drop it down in the chat, y'all, man. I want y'all to drop it in the chat if y'all really feel like Jared. Drop a SKOL in the chat, or just drop Hall in the chat if y'all feel. Drop Hall or Nah in the chat, man. Do y'all really think Jared Hall could be our future, though? Like, honestly, like really deep down inside, do y'all believe like us drafting Jared Hall in the 5th round? Like, hey, this guy really is gonna he possibly is gonna be our quarterback in 2024. Like, I want to see. I want to see the vibes. Yeah. Like after this, like Kirk's obviously gonna play this season, and then Hall is gonna step in 2024 to be our quarterback. Joker said, "I hope so." That's a nah. Yeah, I mean, that's a nah.
Yeah, that's not a yeah.
That's a hell nah to the nah. Hey, I got faith, Jacob. I do got faith. You know, and I always state that. I'm a Vikings fan before anything, and I'm rooting for him. But I got to be realistic.
Yes.
I got to be I'm a nah. You know what I mean? I got to be
being realistic. Being realistic is hoping he'll be ready for 2025. That's being realistic.
So let me ask you this. If you're saying him being ready for 2025, who's our quarterback in 2024? So you're already expecting Kirk to bridge that one more season.
I'm saying that's why I said I wouldn't be as upset with a 1-year extension for Kirk. That's because here's the thing.
Day, did you forget? Hold on, man. I got
these guys not going to win a Super Bowl ever in his life. Feel very confident about that. Kirk Cousins not going to win a Super Bowl.
Not Day. I know Day ain't trying to drag this shit out for one more year.
I'm not trying to.
I'm not trying to.
I'm saying, like right now, if you told me gun to the head by noon Eastern time tomorrow, you either have to give Kirk Cousins a 1-year extension and live with it for the next 2 years, or you say no, but the possibility arises that he could then get a 3-year extension. I don't know that I wouldn't, but if I gave him a 1-year extension, it guaranteed that was it. Which way are you going? Are you going to take the guarantee 1 more year of Kirk, or are you going to risk having 3 more years of Kirk? Which way are you going on that?
I'm going the least amount of time we can have Kirk, unless the scenario plays out how I said. But this is my thing, though. With you saying that, say we only win, you know, like you said, our ceiling. We're going to win 9 games next season. We're going to go to the wild card and get bounced out in the wild card game.
Right.
Like, to me, I don't see any point on moving forward with Kirk Cousins at that point. It should be absolutely cut off. I don't give a damn if he throws 400 yards in a wild card game. If we lose the wild card game, I don't care about his individual stats. We should definitely be all the way out. There shouldn't even be negotiation. Like, it should just be right after the game. Just let his agent know, hey, it was nice. I mean, we appreciated your time in Minnesota. It's time to go. I mean, it's time to go. I'd rather use Jaron Hall as a bridge quarterback. I mean, like, for real, because he might know a little bit of the system by that time. You know, seems like a smart kid. So
I'm telling you though, let's say the Vikings get to the divisional round and they lose, regardless of whether it's by 3 points or 30 points.
Right.
If they get to the divisional round and lose, I could see the Wilfs telling Kwesi, hey, no, we're not giving up on this guy. We're making progress. We missed the playoffs for 2 years. Then we got to the playoffs and lost in the wild card. And now we got to the playoffs and lost individually. We're making progress. So let's keep it going. It's not, I hear what you're saying, Rap, but I could see the Vikings fooling themselves into thinking it would be a better idea to keep going with that train.
Man, we mobbing, man. Triple P family, hey, Purple Gang, we mobbing up the U.S. Bank if that happens. We having a meeting up there at U.S. Bank, man. You know what I mean? Like we planning something. You know what I'm saying?
You think I'm wrong? Well, I mean, what do you think of that?
No, I believe I can see what, you know, I got to say this. I got to say, I think that they've done that enough to where I think they probably would be fed up at that point. Like, to me, part of me makes me feel like we're finally coming to the end of the road. Now, this year seemed like we were going to go for a quarterback. They were hyping it all up. But I really do believe that we're at the end of this road, man. I do.
I hope so.
You know, I do. I do believe we're at the end of this road.
I'll say this, too. I was listening to Ben Gessling's podcast, and he writes for one of the local newspapers up here in Minneapolis, right? And he gave the info that the Vikings, if Richardson had gotten to about 8 or 9, that they would have made the move. But that because he was taken at 4, you would have had to have gotten to 3, and that the price to get to 3 was just too much. But if he had gotten to 9, that's about where they would have said, all right, we'll pay what we have to pay.
But see, that's what I hate too, though. Like, I hate that the price is always too much for the Minnesota Vikings. Like, that's one thing that I just cannot stand, man.
But let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this, then. You saw what Houston gave up to move from the 12 spot to the 3. They gave up the 12. They gave up their second-round pick and a first and a third next year, too. In order for the Vikings to have gotten to 3, they would have had to give up at minimum probably 4 first-round picks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have had to trade up to get to 9, they would have probably had to give up 2 first-round picks and maybe a third. So I hear what you're saying about the price is always too high, and that's a Vikings thing that they always are afraid to do that. I agree with what you're saying. But then when we put the reality of the situation in 4 first-round draft picks, would that have been too much? It was for them.
I mean,
I would have done it. You would have done it. I know that. But
I would have done it if I felt like this is my guy. You know what I mean? Like next year, right? I know all of us Vikings fans, there's a lot of us that are dropping Caleb Williams' name in the comments, okay? Every fan base is doing that has a mediocre quarterback. All right? This is the thing. Like, we're the type of fan base, though, like, and this is not to down, because I'm part of this. Like, I'm saying I'm putting all of us in the same family as Vikings fans. Like, we're all family here. And this is the thing. Like, next year's draft comes around, and Caleb Williams, obviously, he's projected to go number 1 unless something happens next season where he falls on his face or he just has a horrible season. He's still going to be a top 5 pick regardless. Just off of the season he had last season. I don't give a damn. Like, they'll just talk about what he did last year. That's what happened, and he's still going to be a top 5 pick. And the Vikings, us as Vikings, and their organization, because we really have no control of this, but you will have the fans that are saying, "Oh, I don't know, trading up to number 5, like we got to give up 3 first-round picks. Nah, let's just get Joe Smo in the 5th round. You know what I mean, and develop him, bro. At some point, let's help KOC out here." Like, yeah, I do believe he can develop a quarterback, but God damn it, let's give him a quarterback that is already developed most of the way, and he can just add his finishing touches on him at some point.
Right.
You know, like all these projects where we got to wait 2 years before we can really see what he is, because that's what Jaren Hall is. Okay. Like you said, 2025. I agree. It's probably going to take him that long to see if he's even a regular quarterback in the NFL. Right. Now, we ain't even talking about being an elite superstar, just a regular guy that can win you 6-7 games, you know what I mean, in a year, you know. And it's like, yo, I'm sick of the waiting, man. Like, when is it not going to be too much to pay to go get an elite type guy, or at least a guy that's projected to be elite? Because you never know. There's busts. Yeah, there's bust factors every season, every year in the draft. This guy, Bryce Young might be a bust. Bryce Young might turn into nobody. We don't know. But you got to take your chance, man. Know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I hear about the Vikings sometimes. You have to at least find out. You have to find out, man. Quit letting other teams find out. Like, why don't you be the team to find out? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's easy to sit back and say, see, we knew Anthony Richardson wasn't going to be 9. If he does turn out to not be anything, it's easy to sit back and criticize at that point for the Colts and say, see, they took a chance on this kid, but at least they took the chance though, because what's going to happen is if he does turn into somebody, we'll sit back and say, damn it, you know what? We had the ammunition to do it if we wanted to do it, but we decided not to. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing.
The other thing too, and the other reason why I made the suggestion to just trade Kirk for Lance and San Francisco second next year, it gets back to my point there. The problem with Kirk is that he's good enough to not make you bad enough to be in like the top 12 picking, right? But he's not good enough to win you the Super Bowl. And there's so many people that are so afraid that if you get rid of Kirk Cousins, then we'll be in the same quarterback carousel with Javaris Jackson and Christian Ponder and, you know, Teddy to a certain extent. And it's just like, you're right. If we got rid of Kirk Cousins right now for Trey Lance, we just got done saying we think the Vikings this year would win 9, 10, 11 games with Kirk Cousins, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say with Trey Lance you win 7, 8, or 9 games. Well, guess what? You're still
have a chance.
You're still fighting Detroit
right,
for the division with Trey Lance.
Exactly.
With Kirk Cousins, you're above the Lions. With Trey Lance, you're probably slightly below the Lions, right? Okay.
Right.
If Trey Lance ends up being great, so to speak, then you're in the same spot as you were with Kirk. And now, if Trey Lance is bad, now you're picking in the top 10.
Yeah.
The problem with Kirk for me, on top of not being able to win a Super Bowl, is that he's good enough to not let you be bad. And that's why I keep saying I hate being in the middle.
Yeah.
This middle thing has got to stop. And and that's just not a Kirk Cousins thing, by the way. And I've said this before, but the Vikings as an organization for decades have always been pretty good, which was why they've never had a franchise quarterback since Fran Tarkington. It's because they're never in position to get one.
Yeah. And I agree. I agree with Yogi here. Now, I got to look at Ewers. I don't know who that is.
I'm with you.
But I do know Bo Nix, and I do know Travis. Jordan Travis right now is my favorite quarterback as far as excluding Caleb Williams. All right. Because Caleb Williams right now is mostly on everybody's number one, but just because he did win the Heisman last year, so rightfully so. He deserves the praise until we see. But I like Jordan Travis as a quarterback that probably going to be a top 15 pick if he has the season he's projected to have. And he'll be in reach to like move up a couple of spots. If let's just say we pick at 21 next year or 20, we should be able to move up to get a guy that has franchise QB potential, and Bo Nix as well. But Bo Nix can easily play his way into being a top 2 pick. You know what I mean? Like Bo Nix and Caleb Williams can be just like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. They're probably going to be that going into next year's draft. So, I like Travis, man. I do like Travis. That's who I'm on right now. But I mean, shit, at the end of the day, man, we got to do something though. You know, and this year they hyped us up. Oh, Vikings definitely going quarterback. And we did, but we went quarterback in the 5th round.
Yeah, they went the safe route.
We went the safe route. We got a guy that's not gonna apply pressure on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins knows that this guy is his job is not at in any kind of threat. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I want somebody. I knew if we would have brought in Anthony Richardson, Kirk Cousins would have had a fire lit under him, because he would have known that. Listen, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, bro, you know that Anthony Richardson starting in 2024. See, right now, Kirk knows that, they brought in Jaron Hall, and they might get along. They might actually get along. I think their personalities are actually going to go together very well. I think Kirk really will take Jaron Hall under his wing, because Jaron Hall just seemed like that type of guy too. And but my thing is this: Kirk also knows that he's no threat to him, man.
Yep.
He's no threat to him.
You think him and Jared
competing?
You think him and Jared Hall ain't gonna have talks about their wives and their kids and all this other stuff?
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I'll say this though about Caleb Williams. Dante, and I don't want to speak out of school, but as near as I can remember, Dante thinks Caleb Williams is probably gonna fall back without Addison a little bit this year.
Yeah, he thinks Caleb Williams isn't gonna be good, and I disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I disagree with Dante on that. You know what I mean? And like I said, y'all, I'm the one who put everybody on Dante, man. I love Dante, that's my boy. I
Oh,
don't
for
agree
sure.
with all of his takes. You feel me?
Right.
Like, yes, I trust his takes. I trust some of his takes, but I make analysis. I make my own judgment on these shits too. You know what I mean? And yeah, he does. He watches film. I watch film too. You feel me? And I'm gonna tell you right now, Caleb Williams, bro. Like, Caleb Williams is a good ass fucking football player, bro. Like, straight up. Like, some things you just can't. Like, there's just some things that you just can't ignore. You know what I mean? And like,
Right.
when you got a guy who won the Heisman and just plays the type of style he plays and how he plays at that level, bro, it's hard to just say that he's not going to be good, man. It's like,
Right.
how can you come up? How can you come up with that and say he's not going to be? I don't get, but hey, you know what? That's what's good about what we do. All right. And even
Exactly.
fans, we can all make our judgment on players, man. That's what it's about, you know? And guess what? Half of us are going to be right, half of us are going to be wrong, and that's the fun part about it. You know what I mean? We can all come at each other how we want to come at each other when it's all said and done, man. I love this shit though. Is what it is.
That's the thing. I agree with Adnan. I hate being mediocre. I hate here's the thing. When you're a team like the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions that's just bad for decades, and you and for a 5-year stretch, they do what the Vikings do, which is to always be competitive for the division, always being in the hunt for the playoffs, and maybe winning a wild card game, and once a decade gets an NFC Championship, AFC Championship game. Yeah, as a fan of the team that doesn't do that, that's fine and dandy. Yeah. But as a fan of the Minnesota Vikings, when we've done that song and dance for my entire lifetime, that's not enough anymore. It's not. People say, well, if you got rid of Kirk Cousins, we won't be able to win the division. We could win this division with Kirk Cousins. Who gives a damn about winning the division? Why is that? What? Okay, we're gonna be better than Green Bay. Okay, and it feels good as hell to say that, don't it?
What's up with your nighttime? I see you. Appreciate you tapping in. What's happening?
Thanks for coming by.
SKOL Nation in a building.
I'm so bored with this. Oh, we won the division. Yay. Okay. That's great. That's great. Of course, we want to win the division. Of course, we don't want to be bad. But the divisional round of the playoffs as your ceiling, don't you want more? Don't you want
we should
more
want more
that?
as Vikings fans, man. You know, shout out Vikings fan right there, man. Vikings
what
fan
up, 1, 2, 3.
What's up? Like, get us. We should want more. You know what I mean? Like, we should want more.
Justin, your standards are too high. How are you going to call a team that loses in the wild card round mediocre? Dude, there's 32 teams in the NFL. 14 teams make the playoffs. Almost half the league makes the playoffs. So if you losing in the first round of the playoffs, you're slightly above mediocre.
Yeah.
That's reality.
That is reality.
Okay. If you lose in the divisional round on that last second missed field goal, okay. If you're the Buffalo Bills, who lost in the divisional round of the playoffs to Kansas City 2 years ago on the ridiculous fourth quarter and overtime.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. You lost to Patrick Mahomes. You lose to Joe Burrow. Okay, that's another thing. You lost to Daniel Jones. Well, that's the defense. Okay, you're missing the point. It's the same thing every year.
And I still feel the same way about that Giants game.
Yeah,
yes, the defense played bad, but I don't give a damn. Kirk had the ball, man, with a chance to tie it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to hear that defense bullshit. I'm not. I'm sorry. Yes, I understand. I'm not blind. I know the defense played like crap. You know what I mean? I know that. I also know the defense played like crap in 16 other games. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I also know that. You know what I mean? So, like, we're not blind to the fact. My thing is this. The boy, I ain't gonna go through the whole story, but the boy had the ball in his hands, man, and he was in the same position he was in all year when he went 8-0. You feel me? Like, why couldn't you make it 9? That's all I'm asking. Why couldn't you make it 9-0? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it was a playoff game. If that game was on a Sunday and it didn't matter, week 8, we were winning that game. That 4th and 8, he was converting that, and then we would have won that game by a field goal.
And it doesn't change what I said. If you had beaten the Giants, let's say Kirk goes down and scores, and let's say they go for 2 and they get it. and the defense only has to hold the Giants for 20 seconds to not get in field goal range, and they do it. You don't know what we're saying? We're saying Kirk did it again, and the defense played like garbage, but they got that one stop at the end. Great, because that's what our DNA was last year. And we would have got killed by San Francisco the next week. We all know that, right? We all know that if we hadn't lost to the Giants, San Francisco was going to run 50 on that team. We all know that. But the point is that, like, somebody say, well, the person I was talking to on Twitter earlier was like, well, the defense this time. I'm like, you can't build a perfect team. You can't sit there and say, well, this year the defense was good, but the offensive line was bad, or the head coach handcuffed him, or his offensive coordinator this. And then, okay, and a couple years later, okay, the head coach is better, but now the defense is bad. At some point, you have to understand that you can't just build up a perfect team around a quarterback who's making market value. You might be able to do that with a rookie quarterback contract, might. But
and my thing thing is this, and shout out to Krim. I see you saying that this is the NFL. The other team should be able to stop an offense from time to time. Hence why the Giants were able to stop the Vikings on the last drive. This is a team game, and this is a team game, and I absolutely agree with you that this is a team sport. You know what I mean? But again, people get paid differently on this team, though. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. It's a team sport, but some people are just a little more important. You know what I'm saying?
But it goes deeper than that. The issue that I have is, okay, if the defense is bad in one instance, or the offensive line is bad in another instance, or the coordinator or the head coach, at some point, are we allowed to mention the quarterback, or does everything else around him have to be perfect before we can finally put blame on him? Again,
and that's the thing. It's only a team sport when he loses.
Yes.
When he wins, it's Kirk Chains.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Patrick Peterson gets that interception with
that
the
was all
Buffalo
Kirk, man.
Bills.
That was all Kirk.
Oh, it's Kirk Chains after that.
That was a game-winning drive, He had a game-winning drive.
Every time he wins, it's Kirk. It's Kirk. See, Kirk Cousins. See, got all the comeback. Kirk Cousins with all the comebacks. You know what I mean? But every time he loses, it's a team sport. Yeah. That's why it's a team sport. Like, man, stop the cap.
But the defense in 18 and 19 don't matter because we had a bad
Let's be real.
coach.
Like, I'm gonna say this, and I always say that. Yes, it's a team sport, but if it's such a team sport, why don't everybody just get paid the same amount?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If it's that much of a team sport, why don't everybody just make $20 million? You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Quarterback, center, guards, everybody makes $20 million. There's a reason why Kirk makes 50 or 35 million, but yet the person that's blocking for him only makes 10. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why. Kirk, you're making more money because you're a little bit more valuable, man. You gotta make things happen that, we have to put some stock into you, man, and expect you to go win us this football game. I mean, earn your money, man.
And stop talking to me about Trent Dilfer 1-1 so Kirk can win one.
Trent Dilfer.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Trent Dilfer 1-1.
Hey, Rap, I bought a lottery ticket and won $1 million. So that means you can buy a lottery ticket and win $1 million, If Justin can do it, Rap can do it.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
And I guess technically, yeah. I mean, just about
technically.
Maybe 100 years from now. But yeah, I mean, that is annoying, man. And our coaches do deserve blame. Ed Donatel, that's why I'm glad we moved off of him quickly. You know what I mean? That shows a lot about Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell. I think really Kevin O'Connell looked pissed during that game, man, watching our defense. He really did, and I think he made. But
O'Connell's he's got to shoulder some of that because he kept Ed Donatel around.
He did. I feel like we should have made a change in the middle of the season. Absolutely.
He knew in the middle of the season it wasn't going the way it was. See, that's what I'm saying about Kirk. It's like, no, I'm not saying he's at fault for the defense. I'm not saying he's the problem. What I'm saying is he's not the solution. And both things can be true.
And we always, and shout out All Day Ed, man. Appreciate All Day Ed with the $5 super chat. Love the show, man. We appreciate you, man. I love you, bro. You always tapping in, showing love, man. So shout out to you for sure. But and that's the thing, man. Like we know what Kirk's gonna bring us, and I feel like the coaches and all should know that too. Now,
I think they do. I think you're right about that earlier.
Yeah, because I know we're not blind to this, man. Like, there's no way, man. Like, And yes, the defense does need to step up, man. The defense needs to step up. I agree. And that's why we moved off of Ed Donatell and we brought in Brian Flores for that. But my thing is this. Me and Day are big on going back to 2018, going back to 2019, when the Vikings did have a good defense for Kirk Cousins. You know what I
And
mean?
they had Thielen and Diggs, by the way. Let's not act like Mike Zimmer was a run pass. Okay, fine. Yes, that's a valid point, but that doesn't absolve him from all of it. Okay.
Bro, but that's the thing. There's always something.
Something.
You know what I mean? There's always something, man, and that's what I hate. But you know what, man? We'll get off of it. We'll get off this subject for a minute before we go, man. We've been on an hour and 45, but let's talk about a couple more of these draft picks real quick, man. Let's just switch the subject. I'm starting to get irritated talking about Kirk, to be real, because I really wanted to move up. You know what I'm saying? Like I did. But it's all right though. Maybe next year. You know what I mean? You know how us Vikings fans go. Maybe next year.
Well, maybe next week.
But man, like Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, man. Let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good. You know what I mean? Like the good that's gonna happen though. And one thing for sure that I do believe is gonna help Kirk Cousins for sure. Like we know one thing's for sure is that Jordan Addison is gonna be able to have a decent season with Kirk as his quarterback. You know, as long as the quarterback is, as long as the offense is ran correctly, I think Jordan Addison has a chance to win Rookie of the Year. Realistically, man, I think he has a good shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Ja going to win that thing, man. Ja going to win that thing, man, first year, man, Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? Because
I would say he's definitely going to be a step up from Adam Thielen. And it gets back to what we've been talking about, keeping KJ Osborne in a role that he's comfortable with and a role that he can be very, very successful in. But I don't know that he's going to have enough balls his way with Justin Jefferson on the other side to be in that Rookie of the Year. I think he'll be in contention, but I don't think he's going to win it because I think
that's why they brought him in, is to really have that other. So I believe that Kwesi them believe that Jordan Addison is the same type of player as Justin Jefferson. Now, Justin Jefferson's proven, right? He's already proven in the NFL. So it's hard now to try to say, well, he can be Justin Jefferson. Because, obviously that doesn't sound realistic at this moment. But if you look at Justin Jefferson coming out of college, though, I can see why they picked Jordan Addison as that guy. Because he does, to me, he had similarities as far as their college play goes. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like, if it comes down to it, they probably look at it like, well, hey, look, not to take away from Justin Jefferson, but if y'all want to do what y'all doing with JJ, and JJ is going to get his 1,500 yards easy regardless. I don't care because you can triple team him, double team him. He's going to get open. He's going to have his 200-yard receiving game at least once. He's going to have his 120, 130 over and over again for the most part. And then he'll have his couple games in there where he gets shut down. But JJ is going to do his thing regardless. But those games where, the Dallas game and stuff like that, that's when Addy can step in and he can be the one getting 100-yard, giving us a 100-yard, receiving game. You know what I mean? He has that potential, and that's what I like about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Joker in the building with the $5 super chat, man. Pace time. You already know, man.
There you go.
You already know, man. That's our boy. That's our boy, Joker, man. Shit, for sure. I can't wait to see my boy out there balling.
Sure. If nothing else, to get $100 from Dante.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my $100 from Dante. Me and Dante got a bet, man. He don't think Pace Jr. is gonna make the team, and I'm like, what?
I'm with you on that. What? Don't get me wrong. I think Addison is going to fill that role quite nicely. I agree with you. I don't think JJ is going to have no 1,800 yards. I think other teams are going to try to contain him a little bit more. But I do think the offense as a whole will be better. It's funny. I was listening to Gigi, Dave, and Tanishka last night, and they were talking about, how we always talked about the second and third quarter, they would disappear for a while. They'd be great in the first quarter. Funny, they wanted to blame the defense. They wanted to blame they wanted to blame Kevin O'Connell and the play calling and the fact that the running game wasn't getting going. Funny, every other aspect of the offense that disappeared for 2 quarters, except for the quarterback. But hopefully, at the very least, we can be not close to the top of the league in 3 and outs. And we've had that problem for a while. That's not just a Kirk thing. That's just not a Kevin O'Connell thing. That's the last 5 years. We just had so many daggone 3 and outs. If the Vikings offensively And that'll help the defense by not having so dang many 3-and-outs. We talked about that. We can talk about how the defense gave up a lot of points this year. Well, you know what? When your offense is like top 5 in 3-and-outs and you're putting that defense back on the field, you're kind of putting them in a position to get run over. So I think that the biggest aspect of Jordan Addison, aside from being a little bit better than Adam Thielen, is let's just have some sustained drives. Even if we don't always score touchdowns on them, just some sustained drives and less 3-and-outs to help both offensively and to mask some of the deficiencies on the defense as well.
Yeah. I definitely think he's definitely, like you said, an upgrade from Thielen.
Oh, yes.
And we love Thielen. We gonna always love Thielen.
Right.
Like
I mean,
I'm gonna keep Thielen's jersey hanging behind us at the Triple P man headquarters. You already know that. But you know, it was time. It was time. You know what I mean? It was time to get some fresh legs in there, man. Some athleticism. It was time. You know what I mean? And I think I just think Jordan Addison has a good chance to win Rookie of the Year due to the fact that Adam Thielen got over 100 targets last season.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
I feel like if you give Jordan Addison that many targets, I feel like he's gonna definitely capitalize on that. You feel me? And the 700 yards, I believe, that Adam Thielen had, I think can turn into more like 1,200 with Jordan Addison. 1,100, 1,200. So, you know, that's where I'm at with it. You feel me? And let's talk. I know earlier people were talking about the Jay Ward. Some people like him, some people don't. Some people are scratching their head, didn't know anything about him. To me, Jay Ward, like I said, man, he's the discounted Brian Branch. You know what I mean? Like he's that type of player, kind of orange Swiss Army knife, can play all over the field. And shit, I'm hyped about our draft class, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we still got last year's draft class too.
That's true.
That these guys are going to be competing with. So we have a lot of competition battles that are going to happen in training camp. And it's going to be fun to watch, man. It's going to be fun to hear about what's coming out of camp with these guys going back and forth and battling and shit. Hey, I think Brian Flores, I just trust his judgment, man. If he went after Jay Ward, then you know what? He knows more than us as far as what he's looking for and his vision. So shit, let's trust him. I like Jay Ward.
When I look back at all the players we picked up this year and all the players we hoping to get back that didn't show out all that much last year for one reason or another, Jordan Addison was a Kevin O'Connell pick and near pretty much everything else outside of Jaron Hall and the running back. Those were all, they got Brian Flores fingerprints all over him because I think about 2017 when we had Xavier Rhodes, Trey Waynes, and Mackenzie Alexander. You knew which two cornerbacks were the outside guys, and you knew which cornerback was the inside guy. Yeah. Well, now a lot of our secondary, it's not that one plays one position. It's that they can play multiple positions. We talked about it when we signed Byron Murphy, that he can play both outside and inside. To your point about Ward, he can play outside corner. He can play inside corner. He can play safety if necessary. Getting back to hopefully we get some from Booth Jr. Yeah. So if there's an injury, it's not like, oh, we just lost one of our outside corners. Well, who's going to play outside now? Yeah. Well, now you've got options. That's the thing about what you got for Flores. He might not have the star power that Zimmer had back in the day in 17, not just secondarily, but the entire defense. But what he's got is he's got a lot of moving pieces. And to some extent, Dante had a good point. It's like, but if you got a guy that doesn't do one thing well and he just does a lot of things okay, how is that going to translate to the NFL? And that's a fair point. But I see where he's going with it anyway, which is to say, hey, I can move Byron Murphy inside. If my opponent's best wide receiver is a slot wide receiver, I can put him there, and I can still have enough guys to cover up on the outside if necessary. So I like the depth, and I like the flexibility that this team defensively is coming up with. True.
Eric said, trust is a hard word to follow, Rap. Hey, it is. But hey, what else can we do, Eric? What else can we do? You know what I mean? That's all we got in our corner right now is trust and hope. You know what I mean? But I think Brian Flores is he's actually proven too. So that's another reason why it's easy to trust him. You know?
But I'll say this about our defense. Last year, we just gave up little play here. We just got right down the field and small chunks here and there. there's going to be some games where our defense is going to come out with their hair on fire and it's going to shut people down. And then there's going to be weeks where our defense gets burned to a crisp.
That's just the NFL.
But that's okay, particularly when you're putting all your eggs into Kirk Cousins and the offense and putting your number 1 pick into a wide receiver. I'd rather have a defense that's either going to get burned quick and gets my offense back on the field, or is actually going to shut somebody down. They're not going to be having these little dink and dunk chunk plays where we're just getting slowly beat to death. They're either going to get punched in the mouth and get knocked out, or they're going to knock somebody out. And that's what I can't wait for, is none of this in-between crap.
Let me ask this real quick too, man, and we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got to go at the top of the hour too. So
we'll wrap it up in 5 minutes here. Talk about Cameron Bynum real quick. Does Cameron Bynum, is there a possibility he might not even make this squad, or is he's under contract and we got to pay the guy, or what? I don't even know. What's his contract situation?
I'll look up his contract. I forget, but
because that's what I'm worried about, bro, because we keep going safety. I'm like, yo, they must be trying to get the boy out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Cameron Bynum even going to be on this team when it's all said and done?
You remember how you said earlier that when we took Jaron Hall, that didn't put Kirk Cousins on notice because it's not threatening? That's the exact opposite of Cameron Bynum.
And Lewis Seen, everybody's on back healthy.
Now. Yep. Bynum is on notice. I'm trying to find his contract situation here. Of course, my computer decided to be slow. No, not Byron Murphy, Cameron Bynum. Well, he's not making a whole lot of money, so it wouldn't be much.
Wouldn't be much to just get rid of him, huh?
No. He's he's nothing. He's on a rookie contract. I mean, it would be less than $1 million to cut him. So no, Cameron Bynum, he better show out too. He better say, no, you can't get rid of me just yet. But to your point, now that you got a Ward and now that you hopefully got a Lewis Seen, that puts him as the 4th safety at best if he doesn't bring it.
And we still got Josh Metellus, which I think is more of Flores' style of player. Yeah,
I'm not saying that he's in danger of getting cut, but he's by no means guaranteed a roster spot. That's for sure.
I think he's in danger. I think he's in danger.
You think so?
Cut, man. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not stumping for him. He's not all that. I mean, he's just mediocre.
He's just a guy. Yeah.
He's just a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to switch. I think he needs to try to switch positions, like Dylan said, and I actually did a video on that. Cameron Bynum should go to the coaching staff right now early and say, hey, you know what? I think I want to move the nickel corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that might be his best. That might be his best route.
That'd be his best route. I'm telling you. Unless they brought Jay Ward in to say, hey, I know you're listed as a safety. You played outside. You play nickel. We're going to primarily use you as a nickel corner. Unless they did that. You know what I mean? And another thing real quick, too, before we end it out, is Andrew Booth. I watched his press conference. I didn't know this man had 2 knee surgeries, man.
Yes.
Like, that's what makes me scared about Andrew Booth Jr., man. Like,
that's what I said to you.
He's young, but that boy is battled, man. That boy got some battle scars, man. Like, he been playing for 10 years, man. You know, and that scares me, man. You know what I mean? That's
why I told you, we talked a couple weeks ago when you said, hey, I'm doing this. And I said, I'm out on Booth Jr. And if we get anything from him, it's found money, because that's why he fell to us in the 2nd round last year in the first place, is because he's got all the talent and he's got a lot of stuff on tape, but he's always hurt. And of course, when he got hurt last year, I was just like, all right, I'm out on this guy. Nothing personal. It's just, I'm out on this guy.
Bob said, motorcycles don't have doors. For real. Hey, man, but we appreciate everybody, man. Absolutely. Hey, Day, I appreciate you tapping in with me tonight, man. I always love the company, man, for sure. Hey, we love everybody in the comments, man. Again, great show tonight, man. We'll be going live more, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm at least try to go live 3 times a week, 2-3 times a week at the most, even when it's dead time, man. Y'all just got to make sure y'all keep tapping in and we keeping the purple alive until the season comes. You know
we're going to try and do something next week with the schedule release. I don't know yet. It's kind of like the draft. About a month before the draft, we talked about doing the super show.
Yeah, I think we're going to do like a schedule release party or something.
We're going to try and do a super show for the schedule release, so we'll see.
So we'll keep y'all posted on that for sure.
If y'all don't already subscribe to Purple and Gopher Days, hook me up, y'all. I'm trying to get to 600 by June 1st. I'm at like 580 something right now. Help me all out here if y'all like having us on here. And if you don't like me, then tell me what I do bad, and then I'll do better for you.
We all love Day, man. We all love Day. Y'all make
Thanks
sure
everybody for joining,
man.
We love you,
man. Appreciate y'all, man. Holla at your boys.